Cannibalism, controversy, cancellation, a slight change in footwear. Through it all, M&M's iconic mascots have persevered. Clearly, these candies aren't just for kids anymore.
I mean, what kind of message does it send to children when you devour these little non-binary bonbons?
From the television debut of Green's character in 1997, she served as a vessel to convey sex appeal in M&M's commercials, which is kind of an odd concept in itself. Most kids wouldn't understand why the Mars Corporation chose the green M&M to display feminine qualities. It all goes back to an urban legend that falsely claimed that green M&Ms contained a dye that was an aphrodisiac.
Question, Sugar.
Yes, Dennis?
Is it true what they say about the green ones?
That is an ugly rumor. It's a lie!
Of course, this is scientifically untrue, but that didn't stop pre-internet people from passing along stories about rock star dressing rooms having bowls of only green M&Ms to get the party started. The rumor can be traced back as far as the 70s, and in the 1990s, someone even cashed in on it by marketing green-only M&M-type candies called the Green Ones. Mars Corporation was unhappy with the similarity to their copyrighted candies, and the fake-out M&Ms changed their name to Greenies, forcing them to formally acknowledge the myth. According to the Los Angeles Times, the candy launched on St. Patrick's Day and was handed out with condoms. It wasn't until the introduction of the green M&M mascot in 1997 that Mars fully embraced the ridiculous story. And in 2008, they even sold all green bags of M&Ms specifically for Valentine's Day, the most amorous holiday of all. As a kid, it's safe to say that you probably wouldn't recognize that the green M&M's origins begin in horniness, or that it's a little weird to have a sexy candy at all.
I'm naked!
Some hardcore M&M's fans have grown very accustomed to the sexy Spokescandy, so controversy arose when the Mars Corporation swapped Green's classic high-heel go-go boots for a pair of sneakers. Miss Brown also had her footwear redesigned, transitioning from stiletto heels to block heels. Conservative pundit Tucker Carlson expressed his outrage publicly, and his fans followed suit.
You wouldn't want to have a drink with any one of them. That's the goal.
In 2023, Mars caused another commotion when it released a limited edition product whose packaging design supported women flipping the status quo. The package featured a new character, Purple, who was supposed to represent body positivity. This marketing once again drew the ire of proud choco-sexual Tucker Carlson. The package also featured Green and Brown, who have been portrayed as a same-sex couple in at least one piece of 2015 marketing. At the time, the picture was applauded by LGBTQ rights activists who defended Green and Brown's relationship. Apparently, the combination of body positivity, queerness, and comfortable clothing displayed by the Spokescandies was too much for some to handle. The backlash was so brutal that the Mars Corporation's next advertising campaign involved replacing the M&M Spokescandies altogether. After suffering the negative consequences of back-to-back controversies, the Mars Corporation decided that the next move for its chocolate company would be to send the mascots away for a little while. In January 2023, the Spokescandies were briefly replaced by Maya Rudolph.
Ma and Yas, candy-coated clam bites. You want one? You're supposed to say yes!
Rudolph's tenure as the company's chief of fun was ultimately short-lived, and the M&M Spokescandies made their triumphant return in 2 halftime commercials during Super Bowl 57 in February 2023. The commercials claimed that the Spokescandies were back for good, but who knows for sure.
I can't believe we were actually put on pause.
While the M&M Spokescandies have been voiced by a rotating cast over the years, the M&M's marketing team has always made it a point to field top-caliber voice actors. You might recognize Billy West, who voices not only the red M&M, but also a huge carousel of cartoon characters, including Philip J. Fry on Futurama, Doug Funny on Doug, and both Ren and Stimpy.
Well, we made it through another Halloween without getting eaten.
John Lovitz has also voiced Red in the past. Yellow has been voiced by both J.K. Simmons, who has starred in films like Whiplash and Spider-Man, and John Goodman.
I want to be in this commercial.
You ain't getting this job because you're not blue.
Great.
Green is voiced by Cree Summer, who also voices Abigail Lincoln on Codename Kids Next Door, and Susie Carmichael in some versions of the Rugrats. Miss Brown is voiced by Vanessa Williams, who is known for her successful singing career and for winning Miss America 1984.
My shell is brown.
It just looks like my milk chocolate is showing. Only a fool would think I'd actually show up naked.
The list runs so deep, so you'll find famous actors playing bit parts in M&M commercials. Phil Hartman has voiced the role of a generic rival company's chocolate bar, and David Cross has played the short-lived role of Caramel. The Mars Corporation clearly has a substantial advertising budget to pull this much star power. Yes, the M&Ms have eaten M&Ms on multiple occasions. As stand-ins for humanoids, the Spokescandies have acknowledged how delicious milk chocolate is, as well as the fact that they're made from the exact same material. It's the equivalent of talking about how delicious your neighbors would be if you could just get a bite.
You don't eat your own kind, it's unnatural.
Don't worry though, the Spokescandies usually consume non-anthropomorphized M&Ms, so there's no pain or screaming involved, except for that one actual cannibal commercial. Or that other one, which only raises more existential questions. What makes an M&M a living creature with thoughts and dreams? And what's this subservient class of M&M that exists just to be consumed by their more powerful masters? Even when they aren't explicitly cannibalizing their own kind, the Spokescandies are constantly discussing how delicious and desirable they are to humans. One of the most common premises for M&M's commercials is one or more of the candies trying to avoid the attention of a hungry human. Being this delectable is clearly a source of anxiety for these chocolate mascots, especially poor, worried Orange. While the M&M's brand has had plenty of advertising campaigns directly targeted at the candy-consuming youth audience, they've also leveraged the popularity of several A-listers to advertise to its more celebrity-focused adult customers. The Spokescandies are so regularly involved in show business that they even canonically have their own Hollywood agent. And it makes sense for them to have an agent considering the level of talent that they regularly work with. Red is personal friends with Patrick Warburton. Blue has worked alongside Stephen Baldwin. Orange got to meet Carson Daly once. Brown made an official cameo on The Celebrity Apprentice. The crew has even met fellow CGI stars like Shrek and Optimus Prime. It's probably easily lost on the young mind just how massive any given company has to be in order to establish the kind of brand recognition achieved by M&Ms. But once you see the sheer scale of media campaigning that is required to achieve international success, you can't unsee it. M&Ms are everywhere, and it took a heaping pile of money to get them there. You can spot M&Ms on TV, in movies, and on all varieties of licensed merchandise, which collectors pursue obsessively.
No, I don't buy everything. It may look that way.
They accompanied astronauts on multiple U.S. space missions. The Spokescandies have starred in dozens of high-profile commercials as well as multiple video games. Most people today have grown up with this chocolatey treat, and even those who haven't surely know about them by now. And the Mars Corporation undoubtedly owes much of its success to the influence of the Spokescandies. Their fate is not a certain thing, but chances are that the Spokescandies will continue to be a part of the candy marketing landscape for many years to come.